Wow, what a game. Hella impressive by the Montreal Canadiens. It didn't really look like it at first, but they pulled it off, and I'm very proud of this Montreal Canadiens team right now. So, it is game 5. The starters are Marc-Andre Fleury and Carey Price, and Chandler Stevenson is back into the lineup, so he was a game-time decision. It's good to see him. He didn't really make much of an impact besides drawing a penalty, and we all know how Montreal's PK is. So, you start with the first period with a Thomas Nosek shot that is stopped by Price. This was a good shot, and I think that Nosek had a pretty good game through the majority of it. I thought he played pretty well, to be entirely honest with you. And then there was a penalty. Paul Byron for cross-checking. And then the only shot that that Vegas got on the power play during the entire game was this Pietrangelo chance that was stopped by Price. And it was just a perfect Canadiens kill besides that. They gave them nothing. And that's what Tampa did in the last game. Montreal's playing like Tampa, except in a much more conservative way. There was an Armia chance that was defended very well by Mark Stone. I thought Stone played pretty good defensive game, and that just shows how good he is and could be a pretty good contention for the Selke Trophy in the future. And then I put this in parentheses. I don't care about pucks hitting refs, Pierre. He kept saying, and this was before the one thing happened with the one referee. But he was just saying like, oh, that puck hit Liam something in the waist like twice. He needs to get out of there. I'm like, I don't care. Commentate. I'm like, geez. Another no sec chance was stopped by Price. Like I said, Nosek had a pretty good game. And then there was a Josh Anderson chance, which a great feed by Paul Byron, by the way, which was stopped by Fleury. And then the puck comes out in front, and Kotkaniemi scores. His 5th of the playoffs from Anderson and Byron. I gotta admit, I'm making a top 10 favorite Montreal Canadiens players video because we're bringing that series back as well. Probably maybe Friday or Thursday. It depends on what I do. My God, I need a Kotkaniemi jersey. This dude impresses me so much. The way he skates, the way he plays, it's so impressive. And I made a video in the past, and I said, like, is Jesperi Kotkaniemi a bust? Do any of you think that besides me? Do any of you think that? I didn't think he was a bust. But now, I don't think anyone's saying that. He's been so impressive and so good in these playoffs. There was a Sherratt chance that was stopped by Marc-Andre Fleury. Sherratt didn't get on the score sheet at all, but I thought he had a very good defensive game. He played well with covering Carey Price. There was a Stone shot that was just robbed by Price, and we'll see robbed a lot in this game. There was a Denault shot that was stopped by Fleury, and it caused a pretty big scruffle. No penalty was called. And then I thought this was notable because out of that, Gallagher and Pietrangelo, they were going at it in the scruffle, and they've been going at it the entire series. And I gotta give credit to Pierre. He called that one out. So props to Pierre for finally doing something good with his life. There was a puck that went off the glass and hit referee John Murray. Now look, I said the thing earlier where I don't care about pucks hitting refs. When it hits the ref and actually injures him, you don't like seeing that. And I remember Pierre was saying John Murray runs clubs with his kids, and he runs charities and all this good stuff. He's a great person. He's a good referee. So I mean, you hate to see it. I hope he's okay. And they got the blood to stop bleeding, and they kept the game going on. But nothing happened, and that was the end of the first period. Now I was recording tomorrow's video, which I'm not going to reveal what it is because it is a good one. During the first intermission, so I might have missed a little bit of the second. There was a Marchessault shot that was stopped by Price. Gotta give credit to Marshy. He played pretty well in this game. Proud jersey owner. So I thought he played well in this game. If there was any Vegas player who did, then Eric Staal scores. You need a goal? Better call Staal. That's a new thing I came up with. I am replacing Better Call Saul. That's a reference to, Breaking Bad spinoff. If you watch Breaking Bad, you know what that is. I'm going to turn that into a Better Call Saul, and I'm making it a meme. I don't care. I am making it a meme. It is becoming a meme on the Nordic 97 fan base. I don't care. I will say that for eternity. Better Call Staal. I'm putting that in the description as well. Better Call Staal. So Staal scored from Suzuki into Foley, and they make it 2-0. And just Montreal was just buzzing. They really were. They were shutting down Vegas. To Foley, I can't even tell what this says. Oh, to Foley and Pietrangelo go at it. They kind of had a kerfluffle, and Pietrangelo lost his helmet. I couldn't even tell what this said. Pietrangelo lost his helmet, so of course he had to get off. So Toffoli got a chance right in front. That was stopped by Fleury, thankfully. And then Nicholas Waugh got a penalty for high sticking. And I'm sure after, he had a overtime winner in Game 4, I'm sure he's thinking about, well, I didn't take this penalty. Gustafson's shot was stopped by Fleury, and props to Montreal for putting Eric Gustafsson on the power play. Being a Flyers fan like I am, and I've seen Gustafsson play for our team for about 20 to 30 games, I noticed that he was not defensive at all. He was the most offensive defenseman there is. So props to Montreal for putting him on the power play. He will give you chances. And then Caulfield scored, because Caulfield scores every game now. What a pass from Corey Perry, and Nick Suzuki gets the assist, and it's 3-0 Montreal. Look, I feel like this team reminds me of Dallas. This team reminds me of the Dallas Stars last season. They honestly do. They remind me of the team that no one really thought they would make it to the finals. They were 4th seed. Dallas, I think, they weren't 4th seed. I think they were 3rd seed, if I'm correct. And, it's just mind-boggling how they've just made this run, and it just really impresses me. Shea Theodore got a penalty for cross-checking. I don't know why I said Shador. It's Theodore, not Shador. For cross-checking, it was killed off. There was a Petrie shot that was stopped by Marc-Andre Fleury. And then Gallagher, once again, it has blood on his face. Every game, it feels like. And I remember this goes back to the series against the Flyers. And I'll bring this up in the review for the Canadiens. I'll bring this up in every single review when Gallagher's covered in blood. I'll bring this up for the next 10 years. I remember when Gallagher is a very, I don't want to say dirty player. I'm kind of going to spoil my video for tomorrow, but he kind of reminds me of Matthew Tkachuk. He has the grit. He plays physical, but he plays in a physical way that he produces offense as well. So, the fact that he has blood on his face once again shows that he plays that physical role. There was an Armia shot that was stopped by Fleury, and then Vegas just kept missing the net. That's one thing I noticed. And then Shea Weber got a penalty for tripping. And the Chandler Stevenson breakaway, it could have been a penalty shot, but it wasn't. This was probably the biggest PK for Montreal. Everyone was saying it. This was the biggest PK. You didn't want to give Vegas a single thing. If you gave Vegas a goal, it was towards the end of the second when this penalty happened. If you gave Vegas that chance, you were done. And it was the most dominant, the most perfect penalty kill I have ever seen. And I probably said that before, but that was one of the most dominant PKs I've ever seen. Unbelievable. And that is 28 straight penalty kills for Montreal. Insane. There was a Riley shot that was stopped by Price, and then that would do it for the end of the second. Smith had a good game towards the end, though. I'll give it to him. There was, in the third period, Marshall Staal with another shot that was stopped by Price. I think every single thing here. The second started off with that as well. There was a Gallagher shot that was stopped by Fleury, not Price. There is no friendly fire. And then Max Pacioretty scores from Nicholas Waugh. It's his 5th of the playoffs against his former team. I expect in Game 6 if Montreal wins, or in Game 7 if Vegas wins it, the handshakes could be pretty emotional. I saw that with Chara and the Bruins. It's 3-1. Didn't do anything. Big toe save by Price off of a deflected Theodore shot. Big credit to him for that. And then Gallagher backhand hits Fleury's pad. And like I said, Gallagher plays pretty well. And then there was a Martinez play with Gallagher, by the way. Gallagher, very notable in this game. I could put him in the honorable mentions. Was not called. And Gallagher was just mimicking the Knights, being like, wah, wah, wah. Peter McGuire pointed that out, by the way. After the ref puck thing, McGuire was a pretty good commentator, so got to give it to him. There was a tuck shot that was stopped by Price. A Pietrangelo chance was stopped by Price. And then Martinez makes a big hit on Nick Suzuki, and that's got to amp up his value when free agency arrives. There was a Smith shot that was kicked away by Price, and then Smith robs, and then Price robs Smith again. Just Smith keeps getting the opportunities. Price robs him again. It's insane. Vegas would then pull their goalie with 3 minutes left. There was a Marchessault shot. Look at that again. Stopped by Price. And then Suzuki scores the empty netter. And it is a 4-1 Montreal win. A 6-point night for the Suzuki Toffoli. I don't know if it's Kotkaniemi or Staal. But I think it might be Kotkaniemi, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. What a game. Hella impressive. 4-1 Montreal final. It looked like game 2, honestly. And you know what? They're 1 game away from the Stanley Cup Finals. And I've never seen a Canadian team in the finals. I've seen them come close. Conference finals against Winnipeg, which ironically they lost to Vegas. But anyways, they're 1 game away. And I feel like if they play this way again on Thursday, and especially going back to that packed arena with all those fans, yeah, Montreal's in the finals. Final stats here, 27-26 were the shots in favor of Vegas. Montreal was 1 for 2 on the power play. Vegas was 0 for 2. The 0 for 2 is lopsided. Hits were 44 to 35 in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. For my 3 stars, personally, I had Nick Suzuki, Tyler Toffoli, and Jesper Kotkaniemi. My honorable mentions were Carey Price, great game, and Ben Sherratt, who played pretty well defensively. And then you also have Smith, who had good opportunities, Nosek, who had some good opportunities, and Pacioretty played well, Marchessault played well for the Vegas Golden Knights. You know, both teams played okay, but Montreal was just the more dominant team. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game down below. Let me know who you think's going to win game number 6, and if Montreal is going to make it to the finals, or Vegas is going to force a game 7 and make my life miserable. So thank you all for watching. For your support, I really do appreciate it. Channel's been rolling as of late. This will upload at 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, like it will for the rest of the time now. So yeah, thank you all for watching. For your support, I noticed my hair is actually really long now. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.